Now, every Monday, we're going to be talking about how Ghanaian players are faring abroad. And today, I'm privileged to have in the studio my colleague from Joy Sports, Benedict Owusu. Benedict, what's up?
I'm good.
Okay, so now let's check out what happened with Ghanaian players abroad, especially the strikers. I know they are scoring. Unfortunately, we didn't hear anything about Jordan for Susho. He didn't score. We didn't hear anything for Kevin Prince Boateng, for Schalke Nufio. He didn't score. Asamajan did score. Majid Waris didn't score. And I'm sure Richmond Wachiadam also scored. So, in a wrap, what happened with these strikers?
You know, I mean, we are building up to the World Cup, and in these times, definitely, journalists and everybody in Ghana are looking at the performance of these players. So it's in the right direction that we normally come and, you know, we let viewers know what exactly is going on. So as you said, most of the players were on target. Richmond Wachiadam scored in their game against Levante, which was 1-1. In
Elche's game against Levante.
Elche's game against Levante. In France, Abdul Majid Waris played the entire 90 minutes, but there was no goal for him, same as Jordan Ayew. Dede Ayew also couldn't score. Three players that were on target for Ghana, that's Mahatma Otu, far away in Norway. He's also playing very well. He scored on Thursday and also yesterday. He was in the scorers chart. And in just Egypt in Africa, there is one player that it seems most Ghanaians have forgotten of, but he's one player who is playing very well that I think that we should just have an eye on him. Probably, maybe, if not for this World Cup, maybe the Nations Cup in Morocco. Definitely we can add him.
Talking about here?
I'm talking about John Entry, who used to play for Azakes before he joined Ismaili Club. I mean, he's now the leading goal scorer in that league. I'm talking about the Egyptian league now,
goals?
with 9 goals.
Out of how many games?
He's played 11 games and he scored 9. So
I
mean, it tells you, and he even played very well in the Confederation Cup. Unfortunately, they were just booted out. So that tells you the kind of striker he is. We have good players.
Asamajan also.
Asamajan was also on the was also on target.
I think for as long as Asamajan remains in the United Arab Emirates League, he's going to be winning the goal king all the time.
And now he takes his goal tally to 26 goals.
In how many appearances?
After playing 28 games, which tells you that he's doing very well. And probably with the matches left in the Asian Champions League and also the domestic league, if they play everything, I'll not be surprised that Asamajan will even score more than he did last season. Remember, last season he scored 30 goals. So if he's able to do that, he will just pass that 30-mark goal he scored, and probably will score. I take me not to score less than 35 goals this season.
This season, okay, at least that would be an improvement over last season.
Yes,
30 goals.
We all want that. I mean, since he's our main striker for the World Cup, and going into World Cup, when we are talking about statistics and your players coming in, and we mention Asamajan, and you talk about Asamajan scoring 35 goals in a single season, no matter the league he's playing.
But you know, sometimes exactly. Sometimes the controversy is that, oh yes, he's scoring, and he's the only wide open man in a blind blind men's league. You understand? That's
so what people are trying to say, that where he's playing, the league is not as competitive as the English Premier League.
Well, Benedict, you and I know the truth here. I mean, there's no way you can compare Al Ain to a certain Cardiff, to a certain Hull City. You can't compare Al Ain to Villarreal. You can't compare it to.
Okay, but the level we all know is that he's playing in a league, a top flight league, and that league can't be compared to that of the other leagues in Europe because it's a top flight league.
Al Ain has been leading the UAE league for God knows how long.
They won it in three successive
times. Okay, but you can compare it to who's leading the Spanish La Liga table now?
We have Atletico Madrid with 2 more matches to go.
You can't compare it to Liverpool. You can't compare them to Bayern Munich. It will be a total no-go area.
But for us,
you understand?
we just take delight in that our striker, Asamajan.
Would you advise him to move from Al Ain, from the UAE league to another country?
Well, there's a story in the dailies today that he's comfortable at Al Ain and he's not thinking of.
He certainly is comfortable, but would you advise him to move away into a more competitive league?
For me, I would have loved to see Asamajan move back to England. You know, last season, even West Ham wanted to take him on loan, but he refused. I mean, he's one player that we all know what he did when he was at Sunderland before he moved to Al Ain. Scoring 11 goals in 19 games, which I think was very good. So, with the caliber of striker he is, I would love to see him, for him to regain that sharpness we all know Asamajan. I'm not sure the Asamajan we knew in 2010 is the Asamajan now. Although he's scoring, but he wouldn't be as sharp as he used to be in 2010. So,
in order to us in Brazil,
in order to just,
would that be a possible detriment to us in Brazil?
Not really, I don't think so. You know, Asamajan, he always performs anytime he comes to the Black Stars. He's our leading goal scorer in Ghana, so you should bear that in mind. So that wouldn't have any effect on us in Brazil. I think that
I
he
hope
will
so.
just,
I
I
hope
think
so.
he will come
Because we're
and
playing against Germany, we're playing against Portugal and against
we
USA.
will get the best of Asamoah in Brazil.
I hope so. And my final question to you, I mean, with all of these strikers upping their game, scoring week in, week out, no chance for any local striker in
I doubt
Brazil.
that will not happen because you've got Jordan Ayew in there. Even Jordan, when he's not playing, definitely will make the squad. He's scoring.
Hey, where's your conviction coming from?
Bashida, you and I know.
No, I don't know. I don't
okay.
know. I don't work with the coach. I don't know.
If you are talking about any local player here, now the leading goal scorer.
How many goals has Jordan scored this whole season? I think about 4.
Jordan 4 goals.
4 goals.
Has scored.
Has scored how many goals?
11 goals.
Seydou Bansi has scored how many goals?
He scored 10 goals. No, Augustine Okra is 12. Seydou Bansi is 10. But you know, you talk about the level that Jordan has reached and also where these players are. I'm not sure. I mean, somebody like Augustine Okra will get a nod ahead of Jordan. But it would be nice.
Just because they play in the local league.
No, it would be nice to see players.
No, just because they play in the local league.
No, that's not my argument here. But Jordan has been there before. I mean, when it comes to these players are playing in Bichim, they are playing in places where the crowd. You know, there are some of these things you just have to. It's a gradual process from one stage to the other.
All right. I won't want us to stress this argument, but definitely Benedict will be with me again next week, Monday, God willing, for another session of Ghanaian Players Abroad. Benedict, thanks very much for your time. But that'll do it for sports, brought to you by the Kanka Tea of Cowbell. My name is Baba Tando. The news continues right after this break. Do stay on.